This is Roro Rants, and first thing I want to talk about with politics lately is Donald Trump. He's the absolute worst president we've ever had, that this country has ever had, not just in my lifetime, but ever, from my understanding of history. He ran his campaign on racism and hate, and he lied and promised to create jobs, and for those two reasons he got a lot of votes. And for ignorant people who don't understand that he lied about the jobs. He had no plan to create jobs. You could see right through it. The only way the government creates jobs is through an infrastructure plan, which the Democrats had, and the Green Party had an absolutely tremendous one. Bernie Sanders had a great one. But Donald Trump had no plan for an infrastructure package. He thought he was going to make deals with companies or something. The government doesn't create jobs that way. And jobs have fallen drastically under his watch. He has a total disregard for the environment and the planet and saving the planet. His plan for that is disastrous. He doesn't believe in climate change. He said once that climate change is a hoax from the Chinese, and now we can see that, Texas is underwater. Texas, the state that wanted to secede from the United States. Now they're asking for federal funds. So, yeah, they want to secede, and then when they get hit, then they want federal funds. Go figure. I saw a guy driving around, couldn't find any gas. Drove around for 35 miles. Can't get gas in Texas. Ain't that a shame? I feel terribly for the people in Texas. I'm not putting them down or anything. I'm just saying the government and the state government and the federal government are just clueless. They did this to Texas, whether the people realize it or not. He totally dismantled many government agencies, the EPA and the websites, NOAA websites and everything. Scientists had to go and try to save things on disks to try to save the data that we've collected over decades, because he's just reckless, just the most ignorant, unqualified, arrogant, and reckless president that we've had in history. And he will go down in history as the worst president. Mark my words. As far as the racial problems that he ran his campaign on, our nation is in the worst racial divide since the Civil War. Worse than the Civil Rights Movement in the 60s, due to his hateful rhetoric, his inability to denounce hate speech from the other side and white supremacists, and his appointing white supremacists in his administration. So we are pretty much in a civil war in this country right now because of him. So the United States, we have Trump for not even a year, and we're in a civil war. Every rally, whatever, ends up being in a civil war. People fighting, fisticuffs. It isn't funny. I shouldn't be laughing. It's not funny. I have to laugh because if I don't, I'll cry. It's just so surreal. I'm so out of touch with it. This is why I haven't made videos in a while. It's just so surreal. I'm just taking tons of pain medicine because I'm disabled. So I just kind of am looking at this like, have I died and gone to hell? I don't know. As I said before in my other video, I've been just watching other YouTube videos and going down the rabbit hole, seeing these weird, I don't know, did you see the scorpion spider locust thing, and it bit some guy's arm, and he had like bruises, huge bruises, like all down his arm. That it's like the gates of hell are opening, and all these weird animals and beings are cropping up. They would call them manned animals, but I don't believe in the Mandela effect anymore. So anyway, let me get back to Trump. So anyway, I'm not saying that I wished Hillary had become president. The Democrats are not great either. They're just corporate shills. The only good thing about the election of Trump is that we thought that it would cause the Dems to wake up and change, but they haven't. They're still running on the same things they were before. They don't seem to care that they've lost and that they're losing. Bernie Sanders was cheated out of the nomination by election fraud. If Bernie had won like he should have, he would have crushed Trump like the unqualified, unknowledgeable idiot that he is. But even though the Democrats are bad too, the Republicans do absolutely nothing for the poor or the working class. You look at their plans and they have absolutely nothing to offer the average person. They are only there to serve the elite. They have nothing for us. And when I say poor, I mean anybody that doesn't own their own jet, anybody who flies coach, anyone who just owns one house. That's what I mean by poor. This is most of us, the 99%. We're all really poor. Somebody else might not even have any house, but we're still the working class or the really poor. The Republicans have nothing to offer us. Just look at their track record. Look at whenever the Republicans were in. Unemployment always goes up. The safety net and any benefits and things always go down. We lose services. Health care gets worse. Everything gets worse under the Republicans. The Democrats suck too. I'm not saying that they're great, but at least we get some services. We get the unemployment usually goes down, the unemployment rate, and we get better health care. We got Obamacare. We get some things. The Democrats give us some things. Basically, both parties will fuck us in the ass, but at least the Democrats will give us a reach around. That I've used that analogy before. Now, I'm not saying that I wish Hillary had become president. I know she's horrible too. But with Hillary, the war would have probably been worse. But right now, we would have been working on getting single payer health care right now if Hillary were president. We would have been working on free public college. We would have been talking about discharging student debt. She had a plan in her plan, and we would be getting a $250 billion infrastructure package. We would have been rebuilding the water systems in Detroit and all the bridges that are falling down and all of this. That would have created 6 million jobs a year. Under Trump, we still have war. The only good thing he's doing is he's not going to spend all that money rebuilding the other countries that we bomb, and he's going to make Europe pay for part of the war. In other words, we're not going to police the world anymore. We're going to charge the countries if they want us to, which I think is a good thing. I don't think we should be in war at all. But if we have to be, Trump's plan is a little bit better, but it's still bad. But with Trump, we don't get anything here. We don't get any health care, any jobs, none of that good stuff. So in most of the promises that he made, he broke his promise on, which as far as repealing Obamacare and the wall, I'm glad he broke his promise on those, because the stupid, unnecessary wall was a ridiculous idea in the first place. And the only other good, I guess it's a good thing, is that my 401k has skyrocketed, but I would gladly trade that money to help the poor because I'm not a greedy asshole. So I I still think we would have been better off with Hillary. Even though she's horrible, Trump is way, way worse. I don't think we would be going to war with North Korea right now with Hillary. We'd be bombing the shit out of the Middle East, but I don't think we'd be going after North Korea. She wouldn't have gotten to a tweeting match with North Korea right now. So that's one better thing. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We got Trump. We got to do what we got to do. Basically, what we need is we need a third party in this country. We need to put our differences aside. We need to unite as all poor people, the 99%, Republicans and Democrats, and we need to unite around our common issues. And if you go to Steve Grumbine on Real Progressives and join his coalition, he's a Republican. He used to be a Republican, now he's neither. But there are a lot of things that we all need. We all need health care. We all need jobs. We all need, there's a lot of things that we all agree on. We all want to get the money out of Washington. We want to get, stop all the lobbying and the greed and the corruption in Washington. There's certain things that we all want to do. And if we could all unite on just those issues, then we would be a force to be reckoned with. That's the only way we're going to win. Otherwise, if we keep fighting amongst ourselves over stupid shit, then nothing's going to get done. If we don't get the corruption out of Washington, nothing's going to get done, because that trumps everything. I hate using that word now, but that's the word. So check them out. I'll put the link down in the box. And that's my take on what our political situation is right now. We got to get ready for 2018. It's coming up in a year. We need to get Congress back. We can get Congress back. We could get the Senate back too. There's enough seats up for election that we can take back the House and the Senate. And the House is what handles the money. So if we can we can put candidates in there that are progressive, then we can control the money. So we could stop the war with that. We could stop the wars. We could get the single-payer health care. We could get all that stuff. And lower taxes. Because if you listen to Steve Grumbine's economics, the government isn't broke. The debt, that is a lie. That's a lie to keep us enslaved. So anyway, I'll put the link and let Steve Grumbine discuss all that debt and economic stuff, because he does a better job than me. So check him out. This is Rover Rants signing off. Thanks. Bye.